Hello folks, and welcome to the second part of the video. Welcome to the agentic world. In the first part, we spoke of the core principles we needed to know in order to build templated applications. Just to get a quick reminder of what we said, we spoke of templates, we spoke of frameworks, we spoke of rules, we spoke of design patterns, we spoke of skills. So in this part of the video, we're going to get our hands dirty, where we're going to actually see them in code, and we're going to build a templated application using those skills and patterns we learned in the first part. So if you didn't watch the first part of the video, make sure you watch it and get acquainted with these principles before watching the second part on how we build the application using those principles. So here I have my editor open, and I'm just going to show you the principles here in code. The first thing we spoke of in the first video were templates. So we said templates represent the skeletal structure or the initial scaffold of the project. So this is the template here. The first files, the initial files we have here, this main, this nodes, this routing files, and all the like, they represent the template. So in the coming video, we're going to see how to build this template. For now, just bear with me now. I'm just going to use this template I already have built here. And the second thing we spoke of were frameworks. So currently the framework I have here is the Pocket Float framework, which is a framework, an LLM framework for building LLM applications. So in this video, we are going to be building an LLM application of our choice. And we're going to see how these principles actually help us build the application in a fast and reproducible manner. So we are using the Pocket Float framework here. The next thing we spoke of were design patterns, and we said design patterns now give guidance, and they are like a support to the framework, and they give a guidance like to how the framework works, the routing mechanisms, and the decisions the LLM should take when building the application. If you notice here, you see here we left some notes for the AI to implement. So here we're going to just put our project name, we give requirements, and we explain a little bit how the flow of the framework looks like. So we say, okay, routing should occur from node 1 to node 2. So this is actually a design principle from the framework we are using now, Pocket Flow. We give some utility functions, we define what each file should contain, like these initial files in the template, what it should contain, their main functions in the project. So we try to make everything a little bit simple, like we try to design how we want the application to look like without writing any code, obviously. So that was for design patterns. And we also have skills. Currently I have no skill file here, but to create a skill file is, as we said last time, this is to give additional or extra knowledge which is out of scope of what you initially plan to implement. For example, you want to implement a new functionality, or you found a new way to implement something which currently exists, but you actually found a new method in doing that. You can now design that in a skill file and provide it to the LLM such that he can be able to read and say, okay, get the knowledge you actually written there to implement that functionality in your style. So that was for skills. And we also spoke of rules. So as you can see here, I have a lot of rules here. Depending on the agent you're using, we have WinServe rules in case you're using WinServe as your coding agent. So what happens is that WinServe always gets this file as the initial file before implementing anything. And in this file, we define our routing logic for the LLM now, not more for the code, but now for the LLM. Meaning this is where we give the general instructions the LLM should follow. Meaning we say, okay, start by reading the design file before you do any implementation. In case you're stuck in any implementation, get reference to this particular file or get feedback from the user before implementing. So let's ask what he thinks about template application. Nice. His response: template applications can be very useful as they provide a structural framework that speeds up development and ensures consistency. They allow developers to focus on customizing features rather than building from scratch. However, they may also have limited flexibility and creativity. Depending on how rigid the template is, overall, they are a great option for many projects, especially for those requiring rapid development or having common functionalities needed. Beautiful. So we just built chatbot application in a single prompt, and it also has memory, so it retains memory of previous chats just like ChatGPT does. You just have to embed this in a web interface and you have your own customized ChatGPT. Beautiful. So you can also say, okay, chat closing word. Okay, let's give it the last prompt. So in the next part of the video here, what we'll be doing is that we are going to see how to build these templates, because in this video we just assume I already had the template, so I guess you should be wondering how the template was built. In the next video we'll be building the template and we'll engineer it from start to end, so you can build your own template for any application of your choice using any framework of your choice, so you can build your own templated applications. So with that, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.